Welcome to Molesca, Georgia, inside of the Brown Athletic Center. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson with college basketball for you as we are getting started between these two. Hot and running, it's 3-2 as we're just 60 seconds into this. Today in our first game, it's the Gyrenes and the Royals. Johnson University and Ave Maria. Lorenzo, a really good matchup between these two.
Very good matchup indeed. Johnson is receiving votes in the top 25. Ave Maria, number 15. Ave Maria made a little statement as Claykus goes off the backdoor cut. Ave Maria made a little statement last night against Reinhardt University, beating them by over 30 points. They're trying to show that they're the best team here in Molesca this weekend.
Just off the mark, long feet across the floor. This goes off the side of the iron.
Now, one thing that I was able to tell about Ave Maria yesterday is they're a team that's going to try to put up as many three-point shots as they can. They put up nearly 40 three-point attempts against Reinhardt in that game, yes, and often. And that's the big man in the middle, Mason Lockhart, for Johnson getting involved. Mason Lockhart, first-team All-AAC performer a season ago. And this will be a nice matchup between Lockhart and Alex Sherwood. Jack Watkins for Ave Maria, one of their best returning players as well. Now Sherwood feels like he has a mismatch inside. The baby hook will fall. Jacoby Strozier giving up a few inches in height. That's a difficult matchup for him in the post going up against Sherwood. And this is that Ave Maria press that gave Reinhardt so much trouble. Ave Maria, led by Coach Jamon Copeland, they want to press off every made basket, put so much pressure on the team, trying to just get the ball up the court. And then from there, very terrific at pressuring the basketball. You see here, stolen by Efforts, and he finishes on the other end. Ave Maria, due to the way that they play defense and the way that they hustle all over the floor, they are never truly out of the game. Strozier trying to go to work on Sherwood. Sherwood dumping it to Mason Lockhart. You see Lockhart, 10 eyes on him at all times. Now he's being doubled in the post. Finds a man. Look at the defensive pressure from Ave Maria, just flying all over the floor. Turnaround J from Mateo Martin will not go down. That was a textbook defensive possession from Ave Maria. Livingston Cross entering the game for Johnson. Marlon Bennett also in for Ave Maria. Jonathan Efforts, a very effective and efficient guard for the Gyrenes. Three-point shot up. Alcimi can't get it to fall. Rebound, Sherwood dumps it down to Alcimi for the two. Ave Maria, just a very good, fundamentally sound basketball team. They don't have too many tremendous plus athletes, but one thing that they do is they execute their game plan at a very high level. Cross has it on the wing, makes a move, corner, tray ball, no good. Rebound Watkins, here comes Ave Maria trying to push the pace. Jack Watkins, Euro stepping and finishing for the Gyrenes. Ave Maria went down 7-2 early. They're in the midst of a 10-0 run. Caden Wendell with it again. Ave Maria going to that press. This time the Royals able to break it. Wide open three ball, Jamar Brown. It goes. And boy, did the Royals need that one. Johnson was reeling. They really needed to get something on the board. Jonathan Efforts trying to take advantage of the mismatch. Step back three ball doesn't fall. Jamar Brown trying to go to work, dumping it down to the big man, Lockhart, who gets fouled. When you have a player like Mason Lockhart on your team, it's imperative to get him as many touches as possible early in the game. You want to try to force that defense to make sure that all the attention is on him at all times. That's how things open up for guys like Jamar Brown, guys like Jacoby Strozier. just being able to feature Lockhart in the offense takes all the pressure off of his teammates. And this is the first of 2 free throws here. Johnson, a team that was second in the preseason AAC poll, right behind the University of Pikeville. Johnson made a furious run to the conference championship last season, qualified for the NAIA National Tournament. Meanwhile, the Gyrenes of Ave Maria, Sun Conference champs, and won a game in the national tournament as well. Marlon Bennett trying to go to work. Can't get this one to go. Rejected by Lockhart. Alcimi, 3. No. Rebounds loose. It's going to be rebounded by the Royals of Johnson. And here come the Royals. Jacoby Strozier working up against Jalen White. And down low, you see Bradley Alcimi really trying to fight in the post against Mason Lockhart. There aren't many great physical matchups for what Lockhart provides down low. Action's fast and furious right now. Currently, the 15th ranked Gyrenes out in front.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Back in Waleska.
Back with the Johnson Royals trying to go to work. Jacoby Strozier. Ave Maria, a ton of ball pressure defensively. Sometimes that opens them up to a few of those ticky-tack perimeter defensive fouls. I'm sure you'll take a foul or two just to establish the way that you want to play. And that's something that the Gyrenes did very well against Reinhardt. You can tell that they dictated that game pretty much from start to finish. Outside of a run Reinhardt made towards the end of the first half, that game was played completely on the terms of the Ave Maria Gyrenes. Jalen White trying to bring it up. Michael Klakis was very quiet for the Gyrenes yesterday in single digits, but they had 4 other starters in double figures to pick up the slack for him. White hitting Alcimi. Ben Underwood, the Union Commonwealth transfer, now in the game. Sherwood going to work, passing it to White. Great defensive possession from the Royals, but you cannot foul the three-point shooter. Klakis is going to go to the line for 3 free throws. And those are the type of plays that just leave a coach up at night. Definitely want to try to give that shooter some landing space, strong closeout, something that I'm sure they go over in practice every day. And with the way that Klakis sort of struggled against Reinhardt yesterday, these 3 free throws can go a long way towards allowing him to get going and find some rhythm here in Waleska. Last season, Klakis Around 14 points and 7 rebounds, slashed at 48% from the field, 35 from 3. He was the Gyrene's second leading scorer a season ago. So now Ave Maria again going to that press. Jack Watkins nearly had a steal. Johnson's able to break it. Cross in the front court. Can't get it to go. Cross again, this time getting the follow to fall. Livingston Cross gave Johnson some very nice minutes in their game against Dalton State yesterday. Watkins efforts, receiving a screen. Watkins for 3, no good. Mateo Martin trying to work, doing a lot in that press. Gets it to Underwood safely across half court. Underwood's gonna pull it up and he's gonna knock it down. Ben Underwood, a very versatile big man for the Johnson Royals. He can play that 4 or 5 spot as an effective and efficient 3-point shooter. Efforts working inside, showing some good effort to get in for the lay-in. And here goes that Gyrene's press once more. They're gonna have to bring another ball handler to try to receive it. Martin leaves it on the floor. Ball is loose. Martin has it and safely gets it to Jacoby Strozier. Strozier going to work, rejected by Alex Sherwood. Such a difficult omen for a team to go up against a group like Ave Maria. So much ball pressure defensively. Active hands at all times. So many ways that they can beat you. Then on the other end, great at executing offensively. Clakis working against Underwood. Pick and roll, Watkins diving to the rim, a score and one more coming up for Jack Watkins. Watkins last season, the Gyrenes returning leading scorer, averaging around 15 points and 5 rebounds. And he's a rare type of player who's a leading scorer for a team. He doesn't really force a ton of bad shots. He shot 58% from the field last season. Takes good, high percentage looks. Dribbles picked up. Livingston crossing the backcourt. 1 second to get it across. They just get it. Man on the ground. The Royals having to work very hard to get that ball into the front court. And now this is the difficulties of going against that style. With 10 seconds on the shot clock, Johnson just now getting into their offense. Lockhart, spin and move, can't get it to fall. And somehow, some way, the outstretched arms of the Royals able to tip it in. The Royals, they have a ton of length on their team. Difficult to keep off that offensive glass between Cross, Lockhart, and Underwood now on the court. Bennett trying to get to work. Sherwood thought about a 3. Instead, hits Clakis in the post, who spins, shoots it, can't get it to fall, but Sherwood on the offensive glass, this one lipping out. Mateo Martin with it, stuck in that coffin corner. Gives it off to Brown. Brown going to work. Underwood in the corner. Lockhart one-on-one against Sherwood, makes a quick move, and you love to see that from Mason Lockhart, a quick, decisive move in the post. He gets back. First one goes for Lockhart. Again, the Johnson Royals receiving votes in that top 25. Ave Maria, number 15 team in the country. This one falling out for Lockhart. We're all square at 19 apiece. Love these types of preseason showcases that gives these groups a chance to have these litmus test games, see where you stack up going up against some of the best in your region, in your area. And these are the games that prepare you for the games to come later on into the season when you talk about postseason play. A group in Ave Maria that figures to try to make a deep run in this season's tournament. Stolen by Cross. Martin in the corner. Martin trying to go to work. Throws it up, and it's stolen by Ave Maria. Missed opportunity there from the Royals. Efforts behind the back move. Has some room. Kicking out. Bennett for three. It goes. Marlon Bennett from downtown. Ave Maria pulls back out in front. And now a steal. The shot. No. You have to stay locked in at all times against this group. Cross from downtown. This one not falling. Again, so good at playing games on their terms. Clakis, hard drive to the rim, drawing a foul. Now, Johnson poses some problems for a team like Ave Maria. Ave Maria, they do not have a typical big man inside, and that can be an issue against that long front line that Johnson boasts. Johnson trying to push the pace inside. Caden Wendell reverse, can't go. And now the Gyrenes trying to return the favor. Efforts going to work. Hits it to Jalen White, who's going to reset. Bennett thought about a three. Great cut, quick pass, Sherwood. Clakis in and out, laying, no. And that one's going to go on Ben Underwood. Underwood, the little shove down low. And we're going to take a timeout here. The action is fast and furious. 9:43 to play, Gyrenes ahead.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Welcome back to the inaugural Canyons Classic here at the Brown Athletic Center in Waleska, Georgia. Right now, the 15th ranked Gyrenes of Ave Maria out in front going up against the Johnson Royals ahead 22-19. And Ave Maria is going to take it out on the baseline. Watkins working against Underwood. Watkins, turnaround jumper, goes for Jack Watkins. Ave Maria, at all times, they have four different guys on the floor that can put the ball down and make a play for themselves and others. Johnson, they're going to try to slow it back down and get a good shot. They haven't really gotten great possessions ever since going out to that early lead. Underwood leaving it for Strozier. Strozier guarded by Bennett. Brown, Strozier. The tray, no. Lockhart on the offensive glass. This three-pointer falls for Jamar Brown. And that's the advantage that Johnson has over Ave Maria. That size at the front lines. Mason Lockhart with the O board. This one doesn't fall for Hernandez. Hernandez having a mismatch, kicks it out. Watkins, three. No good, in and out. And Wendell with the board. Johnson, they want to try to impose their will down low. Lockhart gets fouled by Watkins. Johnson, the team that firmly wants to play to their strengths, the size of their front line. Absolutely a difficult matchup for Ave Maria on this end of the floor. 24-22, Garrison Eady entering for the Royals. Jamar Brown will take a seat. And now we're seeing Johnson start to battle back by utilizing their strengths, having that size inside, trying to take advantage of a smaller Ave Maria Gyrene front line. Corner for Eady. Eady gave Johnson some nice minutes yesterday in their game against Dalton State. Mateo Martin for three. No good from the top of the key. Lockhart skying. He's going to get called for the over-the-back foul. Lockhart averaged 9 rebounds last season. 3 of those rebounds per game came off of the offensive glass. You have to try to keep him off the glass in Ave Maria, not really having that typical guy on the front line to do so. They have Lockhart switched onto a guard. Efforts pulling up. Ball will stay with the Gyrenes. We saw Dalton State really make a point whenever Johnson was in man-to-man defense, getting Lockhart switched onto their guards and then trying to take advantage of not having the rim protector in the paint. You want to see if the Gyrenes would try to do something similar to that as this game continues. Efforts now working on Eady, spinning, trying to force his way inside, and he does so. Jonathan Efforts with the nice finish. Here goes Ave Maria in that press. Mateo Martin now has it, and Johnson able to break it. To be able to break the press, you got to be very quick and decisive with your decision-making. Johnson starting to settle in nicely. Eady going to work now against Efforts. Lockhart top of the key. Pick and roll. Martin scooting inside for the layup.
Great play down inside. Easily knifes his way to the basket. Here's the response. Kicked outside. Gyrenes let the three fly and get it to go. R.J. Gorley buries it.
And with the way that Ave Maria can shoot the basketball, that is the great equalizer. The volume in which they shoot them. They've got up over 43s against Reinhardt yesterday. Very effective from deep shooting. Comfortable from out there as well. And a team like Ave Maria, more like the way that basketball is, you see less of an emphasis on trying to feed the ball into the post or running those type of plays. You like more positionless basketball these days, having 5 different guys you feel like can switch at any given moment. Different guys can put the ball on the floor. That's more of the style that Ave Maria plays. So we're sort of seeing those two ways of the game clashing in this matchup.
Didn't take a trip to the stripe in his first appearance this season. Didn't knock those down either. 29-25, 6.5 left to play in half number 1. To respond, Gyrenes banging home off the glass. Great play down inside by Marlon Bennett again.
You got to give him credit getting that over the outstretched arm of Mason Lockhart.
Eady. Garrison floats it across around the arc, looking for 3, and this one just off the front of the iron.
We're seeing that size of Johnson again coming up big on the offensive glass.
Lets it fly, and this is short. Garrison's ball is rebounded down inside, and Johnson gets it to go. Mason Lockhart, the forward from Atlanta.
And he is dominating this game on the offensive glass and attacking when he can.
Ave Maria Gyrenes going to the line.
And again, just physically, they don't have anyone that can keep Lockhart off the glass.
Efforts 11 for 13 this season in his first 3 appearances from Cleveland, Ohio, out of St. Ignatius High School. All-Sun Conference last season and won the Emil Liston Award, or was a nominee for it, rather.
After that made free throw, watch out for Ave Maria trying to go with that press once more.
6-point game. Johnson keeps it alive just barely. Trying to reverse the floor. Royals flipped across. Brown from midcourt. Royals the dish. Lockhart pulls up and it's off the mark as the Gyrenes haul it in.
And he can hit those shots, but with how dominant he is down low, the team breathes a sigh of relief whenever he shoots those jumpers. They'll take that at any given moment. That means he's not killing you down low.
The drive into the top of the paint, fires, and the 2-ball rattles out on him. Thought White had it. To respond, Garrison battles his way into the lane, and the little kiss is off the mark.
Johnson, they got to take advantage of these opportunities when they get them, especially in transition.
3-ball, this one goes.
It's a
Beautiful.
welcome sight for Ave Maria, especially with the way that Michael Clakus struggled yesterday against Reinhardt.
Clakus so far this season not shooting too well from three-point land, but makes it look easy there. Timeout on the floor for these two teams. So we're going to take a break and a timeout as well and step aside and show you the numbers of these two teams entering the game. They both have been really good so far this season. What has driven their success, what to watch for in this game. We start on the left side with the visitors on the scoreboard. Ave Maria's Gyrenes, 90 points per game through 4 played, obviously undefeated, and shooting extremely well from the floor, but doesn't compare to Johnson after just 1 game as they've been banging home everything at 73%.
Johnson did a really good job when they played up against Dalton State, but we saw at pockets in this game as well, utilizing their strength of being able to throw so many different bodies on that front line. You see Mason Lockhart coming in, also having Ben Underwood coming off the bench. Livingston Cross is another long-limbed player that comes in and does work for them. So much size up and down their lineup. Meanwhile, the Gyrenes, they want to get up and down the floor as fast as possible. High-volume three-point shooting team and multiple playmakers at their disposal.
Dalton State on hand and watching this matchup.
And they played in a very good game. I would say, up to this point, the best game in Canyons Classic history, being that it's only one of 2 games. 80-73 victory over the Johnson Royals. A hard-fought victory. Came right down close to the end. Quaylen Pettis knocking down the clutch 3 to send them home with the win.
Ready to get back underway as this is put onto the floor. Down inside, Gyrenes see this taken out of the air by Johnson. Royals outward pass across the boardwalk, and this is into the bench.
Those extra effort plays, the Gyrenes, they always seem to make those plays happen. You feel like you have a free run out. Watkins able to tip it away.
This ref right here asked me where I got my hoodie before the game.
Oh, you need to put him on game, man.
He came over here and he touched my hoodie. He's like, where can I buy this?
Well, the touching is crazy.
It's like, wow.
The touching is crazy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah. What's your name?
You want to shake hands first? Or?
Come here often?
Down inside this goes, and the big guy looking good early, Mason Lockhart.
Yes, you got to keep feeding him. You got to keep feeding the big guy because they do not have a matchup that can stop him.
He's great. He did so well at the tournament last year. Mid-range, and this J is off the mark. Gyrenes put it back in the second chance. Points go.
And I've been singing Mason Lockhart's praises a lot, but that time falling asleep on the glass, Sherwood able to take advantage.
Sherwood defensively as the response coming quickly from Johnson. Royals to the corner. Knifing his way inside, and this rattles off the glass and won't drop. Livingston Cross. He's from State College, Pennsylvania, transferred from Penn College.
Yeah, I like Livingston Cross. He's another one of those versatile, long-limb players that Johnson has. Can function really as a 3 or a 4 in their system.
How about the level of talent in Waleska, Georgia, just north of Atlanta today? We've got receiving votes Johnson, who do so well in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, and, of course, number 18 from right up the road, Dalton State.
And I've been speaking about it throughout this weekend, having these teams here a chance to see where you stack up against some of the best in your area. It's a really nice time for them to be able to have those litmus test games early on.
Pikeville ranked number 12 in the first edition of the 2025 NAI poll.
The defending AAC champion Pikeville Bears.
Quickly thrown in. Long ball down the floor. Connected with Brown. Back to him. Brown looking to get something cooking. Brown wants to do it himself. Gas off of the backboard. Oh, baby, what a play down inside.
Nice little scoop layup there, able to take advantage and making a play against the defense.
Shoveled that across, back outside. Here come the Royals of Johnson going to work down inside. This rattles, and down the floor again. We are running a track meet in Reinhardt's campus and in the gym. Oh my goodness. Gyrene's looking to respond quickly. Bradley put it inside, backing him down. Klakis tries the hook shot and gets it to go.
Michael Klakis, an array of moves down there in the post, this time going to the baby hook shot and getting it to go. He's starting to find himself offensively. It's been a slow start for him so far this year. Again, a welcome sight for the Gyrenes to see Klakis get going.
Pitch down inside, and Lockhart puts it home. Nice little layup action.
Again, keep feeding him, keep giving it to him early and often. On the flip side of that, if you're Ave Maria, you're saying, hey, they're counting by twos with Lockhart. We're counting by twos and threes with how many we get up. And all the Royal faithful not in agreement with that call at the same time.
I like how they've rearranged the gym in Waleska.
Yeah, Coach Jonathan Burton, the new athletic director, has been doing some different things around campus with the athletic departments and trying to give them some new looks visually and doing some nice, unique things.
How about that scorer's table? It's electric,
I
literally.
know. I wish we were sitting over there.
We got put on the other. They told us we were too loud, and they made us sit over here by ourselves.
Hey, it's all good.
We're the fun side of the floor. It's okay. You get to hang out with us. You don't want to listen to them. They're having fun. 2 minutes left to play in the first half as this rattles and pops down into the twine. Coach Morgan going to join us on air and chat with us about the Reinhardt Eagle basketball program. And I'm curious, I want to know about this Canyon Classic. I'm excited to get to pick his brain a little bit about what the future of it is, what it means to him and the program and whatnot. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Hey, great to be here, man. Appreciate y'all having me, and we're just trying to get these Eagles ready.
Man, it was fun watching you coach in the AAC before, so excited to see you come to North Georgia, bring your talents to the campus of Reinhardt. Tell me about why you made the switch.
Well, I think it was time. It was, I was at my ceiling at the last place. I felt like, I needed to do something different, and this is definitely different. This is a winning culture here, with football the way they are and lacrosse and, women's volleyball and basketball. I mean, all those things are good here, and I just felt like this would be a great time for me to, to make a new switch. Thank God for Jonathan Burton seeing the vision and seeing what I can do. I know right now it doesn't look good, but, we don't have a main player right now. We don't have another guy off the, two starters. That's tough. So we're trying to make it work with what we got, and those guys are very capable of doing it. We just got to get these guys right so when the other guys come back, we'll be able to hit the ground running.
So you spoke a little bit about the winning culture that exists here within the different athletic programs that we have on campus. How difficult do you feel like it can be to try to instill your personal culture into a program in your first season?
I think, you just every day you got to go out and you got to build it brick by brick. I think our defense is way better. I think, we pay attention to it at least. And now, we're just struggling with scoring, where here they always could score and the defense wasn't great. So, I think, anytime you have changes, kids are not going to like it. But I think the kids we brought in, they've bought into the system and bought into what we're doing. And, I feel like our guys are very capable of making that switch. The returners can do it too. It's going to be by committee that we do it, though.
So you have so many different guys that can make plays for you. You talk about a guy like Derek Brown, a guy like T. Williams, guys who were around last season. Also some of your newcomers that came into the game in these last 3 games and really established themselves. That mix, how do you see that mix sort of forming as this season continues?
I think right now we got to get the guys that are returning to do what they normally do and have those new guys come in and give us anything extra they can give us. And like you said, I think the main one right now that's doing well is Arel Jones. He's really playing well. He's only a freshman, true freshman. And I think, he's one of those kids that just, bought in, knows what to do. He gets the ball to everybody. He also looks for himself too. And I like that in him. I think our big boy is going to be good. He's only a freshman. Andre Pantlitz is only a freshman. So, the future's bright. I just think we got to stay with these guys through all the different, the process and not try to rush it. It is what it is. Nobody dreamed that we would be without T. Williams, and now that we are, hey, here we are. Now we got to deal with the hand we're dealt.
And it's a difficult situation without having a guy who's one of the better returning players in the conference. But do you also think it's an opportunity for some of those other guys to find themselves without having him in the lineup, giving them a little bit more confidence moving forward?
Absolutely. I think, a guy like Derek Brown should flourish out of this, and I'm not getting a whole lot of tough effort from him right now. So that's what I've been on him about, because this is an opportunity for him to step up and be that guy while we wait on T. And then when T comes back, he could be even better and more valuable to us. We're going to rely on another freshman, Trent Cawthorn. We're going to rely on him to come in and give us minutes and rebound and do the things he does. Very, very good athlete. And I think that'd be perfect for us to see what we have while those guys are out, and then put it all together when they get back.
Time out of the floor. This has been back and forth early. 46-40. Ave Maria is out ahead at the moment. Coach, if you're Ave Maria or Johnson here, let's pretend you're ahead. You got a 6-point lead. How do you cushion this with 23 seconds in the half?
I think I didn't even see whose ball it is coming up, but I think it's going this way, huh?
Yes, sir.
So, I think once they got to play good D here, get a stop, come down, and then just run your last second play, not to give them a quick run out, and try to see if you can just keep this cushion, the 6-point cushion.
I want to ask you more about this event and the future of it, but let's save it for the half. Just 23 seconds left in our first half in a 6-point game. 46-40 between the Eagles and the Gyrenes of Ave Maria. Glad you're with us. Coach Morgan alongside Lorenzo Robinson and I am Gabriel Shrine Morgan, the head of the Reinhardt Eagles basketball program.
And it has been a nice back-and-forth game. Again, Ave Maria utilizing what they do best, getting up 3-point shots, having great ball pressure defensively. Johnson again trying to take advantage of their advantages on the front lines with Mason Lockhart leading the way.
From the corner, this has a little too much sauce. Regathered, down the arc, out front, straight away, 3-ball. Brown can't get it to go. Wow. As our first half is in the books between the Gyrenes and the Royals of Johnson. Really exciting start to this one in the campus of Reinhardt University and inside the Brown Athletic Center. Coach, talk to me about this event. What does it mean to you? Why have this tournament here on the campus of Reinhardt?
Well, it gives us a chance to get some teams in here. It was great for Johnson to come in and be the other home team. We don't play them, obviously, in this. And then we only play them once this year. They played them once last year. We play them once this year here. So it gives them a chance to come down and play against 2 other teams. Now, had no idea that these 2 teams would be 15 and 20, whatever, 23rd in the country. So, that makes it look like we got a big-time tournament. It's just the way the ball bounced. I guess I could say it for a cliche there, but I just think this is going to be the future. It gives us a chance to have a game here, get people to come on campus, see the campus, and as well get the fans to come out and see great brand of basketball. And at the same time, just, Canyons has been so good to us since I've been here. They love the guys. They feed them. They're going to feed them after the game. So, I just thought it was fitting to make this the Canyons Classic. It sounds better, too, with the C's.
Absolutely, it does. And, Canyons has been good to me, too. I've worked at Canyons for 3 years.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that,
yeah,
man.
so I got a lot of love for them.
Miss
those
Becky
guys.
is the
Absolutely.
best, man. Miss Becky's the best. You can't beat her. She's one that you got to keep in your friends list and
absolutely
your Christmas cards and all that. But she does a very nice job for our program and for Reinhardt in general. She takes care of everybody, and they have the big shingding up here at in the beginning of the year out in the front out there, and they cook up a bunch of burgers and hot dogs and stuff, and it's great for the students. Then that way you get all the students involved. And anytime you ask the guys where you want to eat, first thing they say is Canyons. So I said, well, it's only fitting that we make this the Canyons Classic. So hopefully we can sit down with them and kind of get this a little tighter. But for right now, I think it was great the way they did it and was able to get our stuff organized and get everything out here.
And I'm glad you spoke a little bit about sort of those highly ranked teams. Obviously, Ave Maria 15, Dalton State 18, Johnson's receiving votes. I'll say when I first saw the schedule, that was probably the most striking thing to me, was just the amount of talent that was coming on campus. So, the bar is high when it comes to the level of teams that are coming here. Would you like to see that sort of continue, try to have some of the best teams in your region here year in and year out?
Yeah, but I'd like us to be the same.
Absolutely.
We got to be the same, because this, it doesn't make sense to have a tournament and you're not getting to see victories on your floor. So, I think this is something we can continue to do, but I definitely got to go out and recruit and get better guys to make sure we can compete with the Aves and with the Dalton State. So I think that's one of the things we'll definitely take a good look at and try to see who we can bring in here again next year. And I'm sure Johnson will probably come back. It was pretty good for them to be right up the road a little bit, for them to come get quality games and get people to see what they look like.
So at points during that game yesterday, you can tell that Dalton State was a group that had some guys that had been around for a long time. They were pretty firmly established in the way that they wanted to play. You guys are sort of forming your identity, also missing some guys. But I felt like in that first half, it would have been very easy for you to really just throw in the towel. You continued to battle, you continued to fight. How would you gauge sort of the effort level of your team in that game throughout?
I was pleased with the effort level. I think, a couple times we have missed assignments on defense, but like I told you, that's because they're not used to everything yet. This is only the third game. Today will be the fourth game in. We've had 28, 29 practices or so. I'm starting to see – I can definitely see a difference from the first day. But I think, gauging how our guys are reacting and, the bench, they don't know to get up and cheer and stuff like that. So I'm constantly having to basically coach everything, the effort, the cheering, how you warm up, and it's been something different for me. But I think at the same time, it's much needed, because at the end of the day, these guys will finally get it. And when they do, everybody will be like, wow, man, this is a good group. Because they are a good group. They just don't know exactly what they're doing right now. And once we get that all ironed out, I think everybody will be fine.
So looking ahead a little bit, you never want to look ahead, right? No. You never want to look ahead. But taking a bit of a zoomed-out lens, you have these non-conference games playing up against some of the best in the country. How does that prepare you for a conference that you know very well in the AAC? How does that prepare you for the schedule to come?
I think it definitely for the just competing from the competing standpoint, and what you got to raise your level of competition and you got to raise your level of play. I think that's what this is all about, really, at the end of the day, because we're only going to make it based on the league. There's no way around it. But all these games can prepare you for that. We got this one today, the Dalton, and then on Saturday we've got IU East. All those games are going to prepare us, just like Lindsey Wilson did, just like Campbellsville. And, I just think eventually we're going to start making shots I know we are. I know how this game is. You know, you can miss so many, and then all of a sudden you can start knocking the net down. So we just got to be patient, stay the course, you know, stay with the process, and just keep getting these guys better in each and every night.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you got to get your team prepared to play another difficult game. I appreciate you, and I will say, just so far to this point, I do see a difference in the effort level defensively. That was something that I really harped on last year watching the team. We can already see those changes starting to take place, and I know that it's only going to improve from here.
Hey, famous Jonathan Burton, get that defense right. So that's what I did. So, and now we can see that the offense is behind, but that's fine. You know, it's, like you said, it's 4 games, getting ready to be 4 games in. The offense is probably not where we want it, but that's fine. And we didn't, like I said, we didn't think T was going to go down. So, you know, that helps your offense a whole lot.
Yes, it does.
Thank y'all so much for having me, and go Eagles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach, much appreciated. Enjoyed having Coach Morgan on with us. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson. We're at the halftime break, 46-40 after one half of play between these two. Lorenzo, before we take a break, brief thoughts on what we saw in half one.
Well, we're seeing both teams play well to their strengths. Ave Maria, again, utilizing their versatile lineup of having 4 or 5 different guys that can put the ball on the floor and make a play at all times. Meanwhile, Johnson on the other end, using their length, using their size on the front line. Mason Lockhart dominating. They're going to try to continue to feed him and see if he can will them to a big-time victory.
46-40, one half gone, 1 to play between the Gyrenes and the Royals. We'll return on SESN in just a moment.
My West Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer. And when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero.
Oh, he's done it again.
Steal the show. Or even start a new club.
The 40-70 season.
You could meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Our South Carolina story is told through love. We always felt the need to take a moment for ourselves, and the ocean has always drawn us closer. Charleston was such a romantic destination, with its ancient oaks and beautiful walking paths through town. But we love hiking too, and Greenville gave us a perfect view. This is our South Carolina story. What's yours?
Brilliant again. She just...
Preparation have begun as the world's best players set their sights on the tournament. Anything that you might do, I'm gonna do too.
Well, the atmosphere is building here in the stadium. The kickoff is coming up very short.
Back at the Brown Athletic Center here at Reinhardt University, the Johnson Royals and the Ave Maria Gyrenes going to battle right now. Jack Watkins inside, can't get it to fall. Oh, Johnson not agreeing with that call. It goes against Mason Lockhart. You can tell he did not agree with that call on the floor. 46-40 right now. Ave Maria out in front. And you can tell the fans not agreeing with the call on the floor, the Johnson faithful. Now, to this point, NAIA football has instituted it. It has not been instituted much in NAIA basketball. Instant replay as we get a technical foul going against the Royals, giving Jonathan Efforts 2 free throw shots. But would love to see instant replay and video review go into NAIA basketball at some point. Just another line of defense. It's so difficult on these refs to try to see things. It's moving so fast. And again, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. Being a referee, NAIA basketball has to be one of the more difficult jobs in America because you have nothing to trust but yourself. You have to trust your eyes and believe in what you see at all times. Wide open three-pointer. Efforts knocks it down. Ave Maria doing what they do best, making it rain from deep. And here comes the press. Trying to catch Brown in that coffin corner. They get it across. Strozier with it. Strozier climbing Mount Sherwood. Can't get it to fall. And now Jack Watkins bringing it up. Ave Maria getting it down quickly. Jalen White going up against Lockhart. Trying to find room. Clakis deep. No. Rebound. Effort skying above the trees and finishing inside. Ave Maria gang rebounding. Jonathan Effort, shortest man on the floor, ending up with it. Strozier inside with the scoop lay-in. Jalen White bring it up, throwing it ahead to Jack Watkins. Ave Maria getting it done, moving fast, furiously, and with a purpose. And again, going to that press. They have numbers. The lob, the lay-in, won't fall for Wendell, but the putback goes his way.
Gyrenes. The rotation gives him space. Wants to fire from mid-range that rattles off the iron. Good look. Trying to get that to go is Clakis.
When you're as talented a player as Michael Clakis is, when you're somebody who has gained a reputation for how well you're able to play and games don't go your way early on, you can find yourself trying to force it a little bit at times. And we see him really trying to fight his way and get himself out of this rut.
Went quickly down the floor. Wants to fire. Lets it go, and this rattles home.
That was a smooth little move from Jacoby Strozier, making it happen in the mid-range. Livingston cross back in the game for the Royals. Lockhart getting it 30 feet away from the rim.
Steps back to the elbow, wants to go to work, spins, fires. This has too much sauce. Lockhart tries for the second chance points, and he gets it to go. What a battle down inside.
A battle, but Mason Lockhart feels comfortable with his chances, his size, his strength. He's going to work early and often for the Royals.
Now on the other end of the floor. Ready to get back back underway.
That's a tough play right there.
He's all right now.
It's always scary when you go airborne and feel your legs getting taken out from underneath you. It's nice to see Watkins able to shake it off.
Throw incoming. Back underway. Good delivery to the arc. He's got a lot of room and knocks this down from downtown Knoxville, Tennessee.
And that's their 5-man. That's Alex Sherwood, Ave Maria, that 5-out offense going to work. Sherwood making it rain from deep.
Hole's loose. Gyrene's taken away. Chance for the 3, and this is knocked down. Gyrene's long range is the name of the game.
It is the name of the game indeed. Volume shooting team, and now they're starting to heat up. 6 of 18 from deep as a group.
Looking really good. Johnson to respond. Lockhart needs this, and it goes! Nothing but net as he buries it. Great delivery by Lockhart as we've got a good one underway in Georgia between the Royals of Johnson out of Knoxville and the Ave Maria Gyrenes from Florida. We'll be back with more of this battle in just a moment.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
All of the ways to watch your favorite local and regional sports. Join us now on Twitch TV. You can also find NSBN on Amazon Fire TV or visit us live on YouTube as we stream games there as well. Another fan favorite way to watch is nsbnsports.com. You can also find us through our NSBN app, free to download from the Google Play Store, and Roku TV, where you can find all of our content. NSBN Sports, visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back on the campus of Reinhardt in Waleska, it's college basketball on SESN. Good battle between these two teams. Right away, the pull-up, and tried for the fast break points, couldn't get it. Johnson now a chance to respond. Strozier carries it down the floor, and letting it go is Underwood. This is off the mark. Putback points are in off the glass as we're back within 8.
Johnson going to that zone look.
Yes, this goes for Ave Maria.
Yeah, going to that zone look, but it not mattering much because Ave Maria is starting to heat up from downtown. Now 7 made threes on the day.
Pitched across to Brown. He's originally from Palatka, Florida. Transfer guard. He's been very good. Played at the Marion Military Institute. Pounded to the floor. Couldn't be picked up. Sherwood absolutely rejected that ball initially.
So Johnson going to that zone, it really junked up the game for Dalton State at times. It did its job, but one thing that the zone can't surrender is nice open looks from deep. And Ave Maria, they had 5 guys on the floor capable of knocking them down.
Driving inside, this one goes. Well played low. Jacoby, the junior from Atlanta, gets it to go.
And Jacoby Strozier is a very fearless driver of the basketball. It doesn't matter who's down low. He believes in himself and in his capabilities. He thinks he could finish over anyone.
He transferred from Clark, Atlanta to play for Johnson. Such a nice program. Big fan of Mordecai, the whole staff there.
Clark, Atlanta. I know a few different guys who came from Clark, Atlanta as well.
Feed down inside goes as the lights are cut off. What is this, primetime college football? 2-point conversion is good.
Reinhardt basketball after dark.
Bust out the neon light. I think I can see the culprit right right there. Who was it? Was it her or one of the players? I think she did it. The ref thinks it's funny, so that's good.
Yeah, we'll go investigate it and give you guys an update.
We're going to find out who did this. Somebody turned the lights off in Georgia. We'll be back.
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
In Waleska, it's college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Really good one underway between the Gyrenes and Royals. No. Lockhart pulls it down. Pitched across the floor.
Johnson was doing a nice job of hanging around throughout this game, but it's a dangerous time for them with the Gyrenes beginning to pick up some momentum from deep.
Wanted to spin from the wing, steps inside for two, and it's off the mark but put back. Rolls off again as the Gyrenes finally come down to the ball.
And those really hurt, especially when you're able to crash the glass the way the Royals can, but you got to be able to finish on your opportunities.
Wants three from the corner, too much. That one just rimmed out on him.
But ever since Johnson switched to that zone, Ave Maria, they're getting nice, clean looks from deep. Something to watch for, especially with the Gyrenes, again, picking up some momentum from beyond the arc.
We played 6 minutes in this second half. Wants to pull up for three. Now he will. This one is banged home. What a shot by the forward, Ben Underwood from Ohio.
It seems like Ben Underwood plays some of his best basketball here in Waleska.
And the foul down inside.
Underwood had a big-time game against Reinhardt when he was a member of the Union Commonwealth Bulldogs. Gave them some nice minutes off the bench yesterday as well. When they go to that Twin Towers look of Underwood and Lockhart, Underwood 6'8", Lockhart 6'7". You add in the length of Cross at the three. Long, physical, difficult front line to deal with.
Yes. Could bring us within four. Yes. What is that one noise? Do you hear that noise someone's making?
I don't.
Someone's going like, I don't want to, I don't want to do that into the microphone because it's gross and weird, but I did not like whatever that was. I don't know who's doing that, but it bothered me, so I can't imagine trying to shoot a free throw. 66-60. Royals. Glad you're with us. Gabe Schreier, Lorenzo Robinson, Southeast Sports Network. We had to fight the internet, and then a camera. Driving and fouled. On the edge of the block, the whistle.
Jacoby Strozier again forcing his way into the paint. Such a fearless, effective driver of the basketball, and sometimes it's best just to try to get the ball up off the glass, get it up towards the rim, especially when you have 6'6", 6'7", and 6'8" on your front line. Give those guys a chance to help you on the glass.
One more game today for you. We'll have the Eagles playing host to the Roadrunners of Dalton State College. These two have quite the back and forth this year going. Played a really good duel in soccer out on the field behind us. This one off. And back to the Royals of Johnson.
So now you get to that little double-edged sword when you talk about playing against the zone, Ave Maria. Now they find themselves hunting for those three-point looks. Johnson doing what Reinhardt wasn't able to do yesterday. They're now dictating the game to Ave Maria instead of letting Ave Maria play on their terms.
Flicked outside, and this one a little too much. Banged off the glass, and we're on the move again in Waleska. Gyrenes, great pass, and he knifes his way inside. And one.
The hoop and the harm for Jack Watkins. And when you saw Ben Underwood gamble for that steal and fail, it was just one man standing between Watkins and the rim. Watkins winning this battle.
I cannot believe it's basketball season.
Yeah, the other day I saw the NBA coming on NBC. I'm like, wow, really, already?
What channel is Shaq on now?
ESPN. Inside the NBA is on ESPN.
How do we feel about that?
I was sort of on the fence with like all the changes, but after seeing it for a few weeks, I think that NBC and Amazon Prime really added something, and it kind of forced ESPN to step their game up. I don't know if you've seen the different things that they're doing. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. I think that NBA media was in a state of complacency for a while. So it's nice to see it sort of change a bit more. Now more of a focus on some actual analysis and less on the narrative surrounding the game. That's TMZ stuff. We don't need all of that. I want to know about the game.
You know, I think basketball is probably the second most effective sport at storytelling through data and analysis and helping fans understand the game, only behind American football. You know, American football has so many innovations, inventions, from the telestrator with John Madden way back in the day to the yellow line for the first down in the 90s, debuted in Cincinnati. Football does a great job of telling its story through data and making it understandable to the average American sports fan. Basketball is second in line, but the media behind basketball, the personalities, the way they cover it, the shows, the entertainment value, it's unmatched. Down inside, and this one goes to the big guy. What a play for Sherwood.
And I think a lot of what we see in basketball media sometimes becomes I don't want to turn this into a sociology lesson, but sometimes it mirrors what we see in society, right? Where we have a lot of focus on everything that's outside of the realm, a lot of focus on personal things. And yes, you want to be able to tell stories, but also the story should be about how great these guys are at their craft.
Wrong pitch up the floor. Off the glass, he couldn't get it. The putback dropped in. Wendell finds two as we're within 6.
Yeah, we'll get away from the sociology lesson. Sorry about that.
It was a good one. That's a good point. You know, as somebody who does so much broadcasting, we really like to tell stories, and they want you to lean into that. And sometimes it's just the game. It's just a game. Not everything has to have a complex, long backstory.
But I love what NBC, I've watched a lot of videos. Obviously, I'm pretty young. I'm 24. So I would see a lot of those old NBC games and the intros that Bob Costas would do, and it would be a beautiful story being told, and all of it is just about the game. So I would love to see things get back to that, and I believe that we're starting to get back to that as well. The fans want that.
Good pitch. Tries it off the glass. It's short. Tipped away by Wendell, and he gathers it.
Missed opportunity there for Ave Maria. Sherwood getting a mismatch.
Yes, off the glass. It's just a 4-point game with 10:40 to play.
Mason Lockhart has made his presence felt early and often for Johnson rather. Up to 19 points today.
Wanted to pull up. Down low. The Gyrenes, this is blown dead, and the travel gives the ball to Johnson, who trails by just a couple possessions.
I got to give Johnson's coach, Logan Sharp, a ton of credit. We saw him go to that zone look when they were playing Dalton State yesterday, and it helped them get back into the game. I initially thought it was a little bit of a risk to try to go with a zone against a team comfortable shooting from deep in Ave Maria, but they were able to change the whole tenor of the game by dictating the way that it was played. That's what I said Ave Maria was so good at doing last season. What they've been so good at doing this season is controlling the way that these games are played right now. Johnson in control of this one.
Royals will throw in from alongside their own bench. Pitch toward the center of the court from the R. Edey handed it off to Lockhart. Mason spins, and it's automatic as it rims and drops, bringing us within 2, 71-69. 10 minutes exactly to play.
Spin-a-roo, how do you do for Mason Lockhart, and here come the Royals again.
Johnson as he's packed down inside. Great play by Michael Klakis, the senior.
You can feel that momentum has swung. Look at those guys on the Royals leaping up off the bench.
Timeout on the floor as the Royals are fired up within 2 with 9:52 showing on our clock in North Georgia. What's the key?
Well, for Johnson, it's to continue to do what you've done. Now you have Ave Maria on their heels. They're used to playing with their style in effect at all times. It's a lot more difficult. I use a lot of boxing analogies. If you're new here, this is something you're going to hear a lot. It's so difficult to fight off of your back foot. And basically what that means is when someone is coming forward, coming right at you, it's a lot harder to try to figure out what you need to do compared to when you're taking the fight to them. Johnson right now, they're moving forward and leading with their style. Ave Maria, they now have to recover.
I think we lost the camera. I think it's still on. It's just lying behind the basket on top of a bundle of cables. That's what's going on right there.
Yeah, I think that last play where Caden Windle hit the stanchion may have knocked it down. So
it's a good shot.
Those are not AV cables, people.
Ready to get back underway. Royals trailing by just 2. They've got the ball. Johnson down inside, chipped across, wanted to pull up. This one knifed through after rolling over the hardwood. Down to the corner. Out front, 3-ball from Mason rattles out. Taken down by Efforts.
And I think the Johnson contingent would have blew the roof off this place if Mason Lockhart knocked down that 3 to go up 1.
Sherwood from the elbow, battles his way down the block. Little dish to the corner, it's short.
And again, another missed opportunity. I would have loved to see Alex Sherwood try to take something towards the basket with a mismatch, having a guard on him.
Three-ball on the way, it's short. Windle fouled as it rattles home, and one. We're equalized, 71 apiece.
And again, that Johnson Royal front line, the size, the length, the effort level, it's all there, crashing that offensive glass. Now up to 11 offensive rebounds today as a team. And teams with that sort of size, it begins to wear on you as the game continues. Just coming at you in waves.
Johnson out ahead, 72-71, their first lead of the game. Gyrenes almost loses that. Klakis out front, roped across. 3-ball, this one rattles out. Royals fighting for it in the call.
And yeah, Johnson has a size advantage with their front line, but their guards also getting involved in the rebounding effort as well, with Garrison Edey drawing that foul. Jamal Brown's gotten a nice rhythm from deep. Very effective running the show for them, really able to slow them down and get them into their offensive sets. Lockhart pushed all the way out to the perimeter.
Oh, just over the mark. Loose. Gyrenes knife it away. What a save. Klakis. Long feed down the floor. Ave Maria. Corner. Sherwood wanted to pull up and defended by Lockhart. Has to pull it down. From the baseline, this goes.
That was a nice aggressive attacking of the rim by Jonathan Efforts. He's been sort of quiet during this Johnson run. Want to see him try to get more involved here at this point in the game. He's up to now 20 points, 7 of 9 from the field to go with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Wendell thought about it, and you could tell the crowd wanted him to take it. He'll take it inside, spinning around, hitting Edey. Man, not a great offensive possession there from Johnson.
I like the look, just couldn't get it to go.
One-point game, 7 minutes remaining. Now every single possession matters. You got to have a sort of game plan, discipline about you. You know what got you up to this point. You want to try to continue to do what you've done to get to this stage of the game.
Outside. Gyrenes just wide. A good look. Marlin couldn't knock it down. Still 1 point separating us. Gyrenes in the lead. Johnson. He's going to step back and take a moment at midcourt. Pitched across to the corner. Royals on the way. Too much. Sherwood pulls it down.
Yeah, they have guys that can hit those shots when you have such a decided advantage down low. You want to try to continue to force that issue. But yeah, I think the Johnson faithful, I think they have a point there. It did seem like Kanan Wendell tipped it and he got grabbed. He wasn't allowed to go chase that one down. Saw Logan Sharp jump out of his seat. He couldn't believe that no call.
Definitely understand the frustration there. Should have been a call. Gyrenes on the way. Yes, he knocks it down from Florida. Sunshine 3-ball. They extend their lead to 4.
But how about that skip pass from Jalen White hitting Klakis all the way on the other side of the floor? Jalen White's had a rough go of it trying to shoot the basketball. He's 0 for 4 so far on the day, but he's been very effective in different ways, having 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He's made great plays defensively as well. He's showing his value even if his offensive game hasn't been all the way there so far today.
Really good contest so far between these two sides. Free throw line going to be important. You and I are going to have to keep tabs on this for our viewers at home. 55% so far from this stripe as a team. That'll help that a little bit as they're now 6 for 10 on the day from the free throw line.
And when you get to the line, those are so important, especially in a game like this, because every little thing matters. The margin of error is so small going up against a talented team like the Gyrenes.
Johnson rattles and rolls off the front. 6 for 11. Johnson trailing by 3. 5:45 to play. Gyrenes straight away. Ave Maria fighting down inside, and the basketball taken away. Look at the orange sail down the floor, off the glass as they collide and fall to the ground.
And that was created by the hit-ahead pass. Livingston Cross throwing that deep to Jacoby Strozier, who was there to receive it. Like a bit of a quarterback-wide receiver connection for the Royals there. I just love how aggressive Jacoby Strozier has been throughout this game. We've seen him on numerous occasions try to force his issue, getting all the way inside, getting paint touches for Johnson. Got to be able to have a guy that can puncture the paint for you on a moment's notice. That is the role that he has played for the Royals in this one. getting a mopping of the floor here, trying to make sure the playing surface is all right.
Really mopping it up good.
Yeah, taking some time.
Got to get it just right.
I mean, you never really know, don't you?
I mean, there's clearly something. That's great work on the baseline. Still going to go back and mop some more. And it looks like he's satisfied. That'll put us back underway.
You think he got all of it?
I'm telling you. We really had to. Got to get the dry boardwalk down there under the basket.
You know, I have a friend. She says, if I can't see myself in it, I don't think it's clean. And, you know, I'm like, well.
She could probably see herself in that.
I'm telling you, probably an HD 4K.
Really got to get that one. Let's get it,
Yeah, there's still.
We're both motioning like we're wiping the floor over here, calling the game. That brings us within 76-75. 5.5 to play. Gyrenes in the lead by 1. Only 2 lead changes in this entire game. Sherwood across.
Johnson, they just continued to fight and give themselves a chance.
Free ball is short. Regathered. Ave Maria puts it back again and knocks it down. Marlon Bennett, the junior.
Shooters at home, young shooters at home. Word of advice, always follow your shot. Marlon Bennett able to get the 2.
The Hooper from Chicago, Illinois, getting it done. This is Lockhart. Inside and couldn't be packed by Sherwood. Back within 1, 78-77.
And Ave Maria has not been able to stop him on a consistent basis. He's sort of taken his foot off the gas. Expect him to rev back up under 5 minutes remaining.
Moving it all around. Trying this, Royals, yes.
Michael Clake is now really starting to heat up for Ave Maria. Again, a welcome sight for the Gyrenes, with Clake getting himself going this year.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Canyons Classic Basketball live here on SESN. The Johnson Royals and the Ave Maria Gyrenes. 15th ranked Gyrenes out in front by 3 points against Ave Maria. We'll see what Johnson can do as this game continues. Johnson really giving themselves a chance, led by Mason Lockhart. Lockhart up to 23 points on the day, 10 of 13 shooting. Get a nice look at both teams here before they come back out ready to play and do battle. Clake is at the line.
See what Clakus can do with an opportunity to get crucial points. Only 4:26 to play. So far this season, 53% at the line. Yes.
Ave Maria, they haven't gone to that pressing look much as this second half has gone on. We'll see if they try to get back to that as this game gets closer to its conclusion.
Royals. From 3, yes, he gets it to go. Knocked down by Martin.
That was Livingston Cross. Cross had a really nice look from deep. His first made three-pointer of the day. He was able to take advantage with that one.
Extra possession for the Royals. And that's really where they're going to win this game. They're shooting at a 48% clip as a team. Ave Maria is shooting a 56% clip. Ave Maria 17 of 20 from the line. The Royals have to create these extra possessions if they want to win. 3.5 to play, 1-point game. Johnson absolutely battles his way down inside and loses it at the last moment.
But you're absolutely correct when you talk about trying to create these extra possessions, these extra opportunities. If Ave Maria wasn't shooting so well from the field, they're 28 of 50, 56% shooting as a team. That is what's kept them in the game. The Royals have taken 16 more field goal attempts than them. They are dominating on the offensive glass. They've also turned over the Gyrenes more, so they have more cracks at the apple, and that's what's kept them in it.
I like that, cracks at the apple. Kicked, coming for us, couldn't save it.
I've been told I have a penchant for poetry, so.
I've noticed that.
Shakespearean.
You need to do, every football season I do something a little dramatic when I start the season on the radio. I do like a little poem to start the year. I should do that. Every start of a season you should do that.
I need to put that in my Rolodex.
Did it during the AAC baseball tournament too. We were there so long. 3 balls on the way. It's short. Putback goes. 3-point game again with 3 minutes to play. 83-80.
But what a well-played game. You saw Ave Maria early on. It looked like it was going to be pretty similar to what they were able to do against Reinhardt yesterday, running away with one. Much credit to Johnson and their head coach, Logan Sharp, finding ways to get them back into it. Of course, utilizing one of the very best players in the AAC in Mason Lockhart, allowing him to lead the way with some nice assists from Jacoby Strozier, Livingston Cross, and Jamar Brown.
Mason Lockhart's incredible. So fun to watch him play.
Big Black Eyed Peas guy?
I like the Black Eyed Peas,
They're all right.
Am I not supposed to like him?
No, I was a fan of Fergie growing up.
Black Eyed Peas were really. I'm just old enough that they were like really cool when I was first really getting into music. They were really cool. They weren't that cool by the time you were probably that age.
I mean, it was pop music by the time I was around. I missed kind of their prime, quote unquote.
Yeah. Off the mark, skated off the glass. Lockhart's ball goes to Klakis.
Yeah, that time
outlet feed.
Out of control.
Corner 3, short. Would have made it a 6-point game. Inside, back to Klakis. On the way, and it's off the mark again as Johnson scatters to get the ball. Flipped inside and coming down with it are the Gyrenes. Fighting for his life as this one is sent back to Klakis. Ave Maria pitched across. 86 on the board with 2 minutes to play.
And who else but Jonathan Efforts? Jonathan Efforts now up to 26 on the day, stepping up for the Gyrenes.
Figure out what happened.
Efforts has been huge all day for Ave Maria, and you knew that they would go to him when it came time for a big look. And they had to try to get something on the board. They played half the possession with a 5-on-4 advantage.
Gonna throw in from alongside us.
So this is a similar situation to what Johnson was in against Dalton State. They cut the lead to 3 by way of a Garrison Eady 3-pointer, and then fell victim after Quaylen Pettis of Dalton State was able to hit a 3 that put them up for good. So the Royals trying to make those critical plays down the stretch.
Another mopping situation happening.
Is the mop not doing enough?
I don't know what's happening. We're really mopping the floor. Still mopping the floor and trying to make sure it's dry.
I think we need an upgraded mop.
Oh, we've got a towel going on now. He's got a towel. You think we should go? We probably could do it.
Should we upgrade to a sponge?
Should we ask? Should we ask?
Maybe a buffer of some sort.
Should we ask them if they need help?
No. I think we have more than enough people on the team.
How many officials does it take to mop a floor? Lockhart. Back near the timeline. Driving over to Mason. Spin, fires, 3-ball, rattles out, and remains a 6-point game. This is it. Johnson has to get the swing going. Obviously, a lot of time left when you account for timeouts, but swing's got to start soon.
Yeah, and the 3-point shot hasn't been kind to them as a group.
Inside, smacked as Ave Maria stays with it. Klakis. Heavily defended now. Johnson switching it up. Royals watches. Klakis takes it inside, fouled, and couldn't get the points to go.
But Michael Klakis, a very decisive move getting to the rim. You could tell when he had that ball on the perimeter that he was going to try to make something quick. That's not really appreciated by this game. It's no frills, it's not flashy, but he's just trying to get the job done, drawing the foul and trying to keep the Gyrenes ahead for good. Yeah, shout out to that guy though, right?
That was very efficient. Like if they were competing, he would be winning by a large margin.
Wide.
Like who's better at
wide margin.
Yeah, huge. Very good at mopping the floor.
Running away with it.
Perhaps the best in the area. This one goes as well. Klakis knocks it down 87-80. 1:15 on the clock. Johnson's got to score on this trip. Inside, wants the 2-ball. Lockhart tips it in just barely. 5-point game, 65 seconds on the clock.
Royals not out of it yet, but they got to get a stop on this possession.
Ave Maria. Klakis steps outside. It's going to be all Klakis with the orange in the late stages.
Klakis and effort, the two guys that they trust the most with being able to make decisions late.
48 seconds. 45 seconds. Gyrenes out front from the RU. Just over the timeline. Klakis wants 3. It's off the mark. Royals take it down in the corner. 34 seconds. 5-point game. He was wide open. Stops. Another chance. Now from the corner. He's defended. One at the straightaway. Holds up for a moment. 3-ball, and this one is off the side of the backboard.
I think Jack Watkins got a piece of it. How about the scramble drill defense from Ave Maria? Guys flying around again. Extra effort plays. They made them early. Now they're making them late. That's what's made Ave Maria such a tough out over these last few seasons.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. It is a 5-point game, 87-82, with 20 and a half seconds showing on the game clock in the venue. Right now, both teams in their huddle trying to figure this out. But a look at their stats entering today. 90 points per game on average for Ave Maria. They're right there at 87. Johnson's well beyond their typical total. Only one game played, though, so I guess you really can't count that yet. Still getting their feet wet. Shooting much better today overall, I would say. 46% from the floor, but much better from three-point range. Looking good on the free throws so far. They need to get that clip up. That's something they'll continue to work on. Rebounds. Johnson struggled in their first outing with that, but today they've been a turnover machine.
And Johnson, they have to feel very encouraged about how they conducted themselves going up against 2 top 25 opponents. Win or lose, they can say that they are right there amongst the best of the best in the country.
Tipped, and this rolls off. This place is going to explode no matter what happens next. You can feel the energy through the roof.
It does seem like it's a decidedly pro-Johnson crowd, though. It makes sense. They're a little bit closer to Waleska than those guys from Ave Maria down there in South Florida.
Yeah, we're a long way away from Ave Maria.
Yeah, but if you're Johnson, I said it, these litmus test games, having these moments where you can go against squads that you feel are going to be amongst the best in the country, they have to be encouraged about where they are. They have to feel like, man, we're right there. But also it can be a bit frustrating to be so close and not able to come away with it. It gives you sort of something to shoot for as the season continues. Johnson's coming into this year thinking that there's only one team that can really compete with them in the AAC, and that's the University of Pikeville, the 12th ranked team in the country.
Now, Pikeville can hang with anybody in the country. They've been good for a long time. U Pike Bears. .3 seconds on the clock after that last scatter for the ball. And ready to go as both teams exit the huddle. Thrown in quickly. Sent across, Brown finds his target. Wendell, 3 ball is too much as it rattles off, and that possession going to be huge.
They haven't been able to get any clean looks when gotta have it time. That's really been a huge deal. Ave Maria so tough defensively.
Thrown in. Lockhart, a dozen seconds now. 3 ball on the handoff. Royals lose it, and that's probably game. Fouled intentionally, Klakis. With 5 seconds on the clock, 87-82.
In winning time in those last 10 minutes, Ave Maria needed some big shots offensively. They went to Jonathan Efforts. They went to Michael Klakis. Defensively, they needed to come up with some big-time stops late. The scramble drill defense was phenomenal. The ball pressure on the perimeter also tremendous. Nice closeout for Ave Maria. Again, if you're Logan Sharp, you have to feel like your team is right there amongst the best and the best, but you do believe you left some meat on the bone. They had their moments against both Dalton State and Ave Maria where they could have took total control over those games. Just not going their way so far in this weekend.
Klakis is 6 for 8 from the line, 20 points on the day.
And it's been a struggle for him this year. It's nice for him and his team as well as the Gyrene fan base. Definitely not something that other teams' fans want to see as Michael Klakis getting going.
And that kills our clock. 89-82 your final. Nice win. The Royals defend Tennessee against the Ave Maria Gyrenes, or I should say Georgia, since we're in Georgia, their hometown, Knoxville and Rocky Top. Lorenzo, brief closing thoughts on a great matchup today between these two.
A great matchup indeed. These are two teams that we figure to hear a lot from as this year goes on. Johnson being one of the AAC's top contenders. Ave Maria trying to defend their Sun Conference crown. Both squads going to be a fixture this year.
89-82 your final score. Be sure to stay tuned, stay with us, as we'll have more action in just a moment. You can find us at SESN Sports on YouTube, SESNsports.com/how to watch. Warming up now and next in our broadcast coverage, the Roadrunners of Dalton State, the Eagles of Reinhardt University on the Southeast Sports Network.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These are the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.